1 at Indianapolis.
And a kiss from his wife. For Tony Stewart, Indianapolis Motor Speedway is the holy grail. The 3.2 million paving bricks that make up the track could very well be gold bullion. Since childhood, Stewart was admittedly obsessed with kissing those bricks. Marty Smith has more on a labor of love that runs deep.
I know they say you can't go home again, but these handprints on the front steps are mine, from the house that built me.
I grew up 45 minutes south of here, and everything you did to racing, I mean, this was the ultimate destination of being a race car driver, was to be here. When I drove a tow truck, I used to go up and down these streets and wonder what it would be like to be 100 yards this way. This was the destination. This was the one piece that was always just out of reach. And it was a dream, and you always felt like, oh, I'll never get there, but what if?
Lacey grew up dreaming about it. Tony Stewart, a native Hoosier, his dream comes true. Tony Stewart wins at the Brickyard.
What is it like to come here and be successful?
It was amazing when we won the first time here. You know, I think the heartbreaks made that moment that much more special. For somebody like me that grew up around here, I wanted it so bad. The two wins were very different from each other. Because the first win, I was so nervous, I couldn't tell you anything that was going on. It wasn't just about us. I mean, it was a great moment for me, but it was a great moment for everybody that had ever let me drive their race car.
What do you see that maybe I don't see?
You know, I got home one night about 2 in the morning and got out of my car and shut the door, and it just seemed loud outside. And it was like, you swore there were people everywhere. And it's like, you wonder if it was a scenario like Field of Dreams, where there's just spirits and drivers from the past that they all come out at night and they hang out at the track, and you know there's stuff going on here that isn't normal.
This brokenness inside me might start healing.
How much of what this place is in you, in your daily passions?
I've seen friends of mine and teammates of mine get hurt and lose their life here. But I've seen, you know, the glory of it too, and I think that's the way I live my life. You don't ignore the fact that things can happen. The first experience that hit home to me was my teammate Scott Brayton crashing and losing his life here. So there were some real moments to me when it came to Indy and what was going on. The day that Scotty passed was a huge life lesson of, you know, here today, gone tomorrow. I mean, things can change in the blink of an eye. People wonder how you can just go back to doing it. The reason is because I know if every one of those people were here right now and could tap you on the shoulder, the first thing they'd say is, get your butt back in a race car and go do what you love doing. There's not a person that gets in a race car that doesn't understand what can happen. If they truly don't understand what can happen, they're foolish and shouldn't be in a race car. But our love of the sport and our passion of the sport far outweighs those risks and what can happen. We all choose to live life and do what we love to do.
Won't take nothing but a memory from the house that built me.
As a